So now what I'd like to do is introduce Mikeala, our egg donor.
I'm Mikeala. Why did I want to donate my eggs? Well, I don't know, the whole concept's pretty awesome. There's people out there that aren't able to have children, and I kind of have this gift, you know, helping them out having kids. So I get to like kind of in a way complete their life by letting them go through parenthood. So it's kind of like a win-win. I get to help them have kids, and I get to go through school and save up to have my own. So yes, money is a big question. I always talk about how I get to help people have kids and how I get to travel and how I get to go all these cool places, but money is often the main topic, which it's not a big thing to me. It's awesome, I get paid, but my big thing is I get to help people have kids. So I don't really refer people if that's the first thing that they ask, how much do you get paid? And I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like, if you get paid $100, that's $100 that you didn't have. So I really just kind of leave the money out of it. Best thing about being an egg donor? Well, honestly, I haven't really got to see the end result of many of my donations. Luckily, I get to actually meet the babies in September, so that's awesome. But the best thing about being an egg donor is how grateful the new coming parents are. Like my first one, it was obviously new to me. Everything was new to me, and the parents, I never knew their name. I don't even think they knew my last name. They sent me flowers every single day I was in their city to donate to them, and it always had like a little note like, I will forever be in debt to you, and like, this is the best gift that anybody could ever give to me, and stuff like that. It was just awesome how grateful everybody is. There isn't really a huge connection between the anonymous egg donations. You don't talk to them. I mean, it's obviously I feel something because I'm like obviously helping them have a kid, but obviously I feel a whole lot more with an open one because I get to talk to them, I get to know their feelings, I get to know the whole family instead of just talking to my agent that gives me, like, tells me stuff that the parents may have said or may have not have said, you know, like I don't really know that. So there's not really a huge connection. So I honestly prefer an open one because you get more out of it both ways. So an open one, well, it's awesome. There isn't really anything else to say about it. There's so many feelings in it. Like obviously you get to talk to them about how you feel going through the hormones and everything, but you also get to see the end result, get to talk to them how excited they are to be parents and the whole process, the ups and downs, because you obviously don't know in the long run if you're actually going to get a baby or 2 or 3 or however many you want. So it's awesome. Like I would much rather prefer an open one, and with you all, I don't know who this is going to, but with you all being the first open one, I talk to KK every day, which is my girlfriend. Like I tell her I couldn't have gotten more lucky to have you all as the first open family because y'all are so awesome. So agency at first I thought would be a lot more convenient because you tell them the dates, they set it up, and it's done deal. With private, it's a lot more going back and forth, figuring out what days work with the family and what days work with you. But private's cool. I mean, I like them both. Private so far went really smooth, and they get a lot more involved in a private than with an agency, I've noticed, because they actually want to be present at the doctor's appointments and all that good stuff. So I've just gotten lucky. Like I've been through 2 and they have both been awesome. So I've been through 2. My first one was through a different one than the rest of mine have been through, and she was awesome as well. Like, she was on it. Like, we communicated every day. There was never any lack of communication. So I knew where I was going at what time, when my flight was, what time the driver or what time my taxi was going to be there. Like, it was great. And as for the one that I've been through for my last 4, it's easy. Like, I don't know. They just they do everything. I feel like they have worked enough with people that they know what needs to be done and what makes it easier for both parties. A lot of people think that an egg donor is a surrogate. They are not surrogates. There's a difference. Egg donors, you are donating your eggs, in a sense. Surrogates hold the baby, which I wish I could do that, but I want my own too bad, so can't do that just yet. Maybe after I have a few. But and they also think that they get paid like this outrageous amount, which that shouldn't even matter if you're even wanting to be an egg donor because you're in it for the wrong reasons. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot. So the cycles start to finish. You're matched. You obviously, it depends on if you're open or not, you fly to wherever your intended parents are. You have your appointment with the clinic, you meet your doctors, all that good stuff. They do blood draws, they do an ultrasound to see where your base is. And then from there, it goes based on your menstrual cycle, and you'll start at your next menstrual cycle, you'll start your hormones, which you'll do injections. Kind of differs between people. Most of the time it's multiple shots a day. And then you monitor, well, personally I monitor where I live. And so I monitor like 2 or 3 times. They'll see how your follicles are growing. And if they're at that right spot, then you'll go to wherever you're donating to. And just had a brain fart. I just messed that all up. You'll go to where you are donating to, and then you'll be monitored there. And whenever the doctor thinks that you need to take your trigger shot, which is your last little hoorah before, to make sure everything is growing as big as it can, pretty much, for the retrieval, so they can retrieve as many eggs as possible. And then you'll go in for your retrieval. You'll obviously talk to a nurse, and then you do get put under, and then you have your retrieval, and then you wake up, and there you go, they get babies. Hopefully. The agency that I have went through, you can donate 6 times. So I'm currently on my 5th. I have 1 more to go. I'm sad about it, but it probably differs between agencies, but personally, 6 times. And I'm not really sure of the reasoning. I most definitely prefer open. You get to meet people, you get to interact with their families, you get to meet grandparents, and that I've noticed that everybody is so excited for, even though you have, I think, such a small part in the whole process, since I'm not a surrogate. I have such a small part of it, but they're so excited that you are kind of like brought into their family to help expand. Why did I choose Michael and David? Why wouldn't I choose Michael and David? They're awesome. They're very genuine people. Like I said before, I couldn't have been lucky enough to have a match with them. They already had previously had 1 child that they adopted. And the way that they just like so caringly and welcomingly brought me into their home and welcomed my girlfriend, and how they were just so open with everything. They wanted to talk to you, they wanted to know my feelings, like how the whole process worked, even though I'm sure they did hours and hours of research. They just wanted to know from my standpoint on how I felt about everything. They're just awesome people, to say the least. I mean, I could only say so much. I would recommend knowing a lot about your family history. Say you were possibly adopted, or if, say, your grandparents took you in and you don't really have contact with your mother or father, you might want to know a little bit more about your background, because with your background could possibly come diseases or, like mental illnesses or any of that kind of things that people that would possibly be getting your eggs would prefer to know, because it could affect them in the long run. So what do you recommend? Obviously consult your psychiatrist and take it up with your primary care physician as well. I'm sure I'll meet you before you might be seeing this in 15, 20, however long, but I couldn't be more thankful to be able to allow Michael and David to be the parents that they're going to become. I've seen them with Chance, and they are awesome, and I can't wait to be able to meet you all, since you are technically my children, you know? It's kind of cool. But I'm excited to get to meet you and see how you grow up, and I know y'all are going to be awesome. And again, I love Michael and David and Chance, and can't wait to see what you all become.
Thank you so much for viewing our video today. I really hope that you enjoyed getting to know us a little bit more, as well as Mikeala, our egg donor. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. Join us for the next episode of How to Choose a Surrogate. If you have any friends or family that are interested in this video, don't forget to share it with them.